Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. It's Thursday night, July the 7th. These are the charts of the day. A lot to cover tonight. We had another big day in the market. That's, I think, 7 or 8 out of 9 days, something like that. Fantastic. We're getting a little bit overbought, to say the least. And but there's a lot of stocks that still look good and are breaking out and making important movements here. Let's take a look at a few. Killian Pharmaceuticals, which we noted a couple weeks ago, popped and then pulled back, held moving averages, and today snapped back 99 cents or 13.7%. 2.5 million traded. That's the biggest volume in a week. Let's scroll in a little. You'll see that this little flag type consolidation was resolved with an upside surge as OBV made new highs. I'm looking for a quick test at 895 area and then perhaps a move that thrusts up towards the $12 range. That's my trading target on Killian. Take a look at it. AVAV put out a swing trade on that today. Here's why. You can take a look at the top in 10 here and then earlier this year, and you'll see the multiple tops in this range were. And then even last week, which was reached and then pulled back from, was pierced today with a pop of $1.06 or 3%. As volume increased, more than doubling Friday's volume. It looks like it's breaking out of here, and a run to the 40-41 range should be doable. That's our target. Abraxas Petroleum. It looks like a lot of the junior oils, particularly the Bakken region oils, are moving again after big consolidations and pullbacks. Note that AXAS over the last couple of years had gone from under $1 to 6, and then pulled back in a 4-month declining channel, and then recently popped here to the 50-day moving average, backed off for 1 day, then broke through it, consolidated yesterday, and today broke out above declining, lateral price resistance at above this high here. We're now on our way back up. It looks to me like the declining top line around 5.5 will be my next target on AXAS. Big day for BEBE stores. A lot of retail stocks had a good day today, but in particular, BEBE broke out of a 1-year base pattern with July and September tops last year, as well as the May top here being taken out with a thrust today of $1.01 or 15% on 3.6 million. That's by far the biggest volume we've seen in several yees. So an important high taken out, important resistance taken out, and an important technical move today. At this point, I would have to say that a move to test this line of resistance through these lows and these highs here may be forthcoming up around 9.5. Up next is EEE Evergreen Energy. You'll see the long pattern here. Long declining channel was broken with a thrust from $0.50 to $5, 1,000% move in about 6 weeks. Stock then came down in a 4-month channel, moved laterally, and popped the last 3 sessions in a row from $1.75 or so up to $2.54. Today, getting up to as high as $2.54 before backing off on some profit taking. But nevertheless, an important high volume surge of 2.36 million shares, the biggest volume since that January period, and early February anyway. And you can see at this point that it appears to me likely that my target would be around 2 3/4, 270.75 near term. And if that's taken out, perhaps something around 3.15, but ultimately I'm looking for a move that could get this back in the 4.5-5 zone. EGHT 8x8. Important pop came here, the flag there, another pop there, and then a wedge. After that, the stock's been moving steadily higher from about the 3 3/4 range up to over 5 today, up 5.18, up 32 cents or 6.5% on 1.8 million. I'd like to see a little bit better technicals, and the stock is reaching what looks to me like a long-term channel top here. However, if it does stall in here and back off, that could be a buying opportunity. We'll see. But on the other hand, if momentum accelerates, we can see this spike come to the 6, maybe 6.5, 7 range. FTWR Fiber Tower had a significant day today technically. If you look at this big coil or wedge that formed, today it popped 31 cents or 25% on 3.7 million shares, cleanly broke out of the wedge and through the moving averages. And at this point, I'm looking for a retest of the 205, 210 zone, followed by something around 2.5, 255. Nice day for Gene, up 57 cents or 7.7%. Note that the declining tops line was broken. Lateral price resistance was taken out 4 days ago. But after that, it went into a 3-day consolidation. Now, it's still technically within that range until it gets across the $8 range. If that happens, I'm looking for a quick move to 9 3/4. GLBC, Global Crossing, continues to act great and one of my favorite patterns. Again, let me note that the big gap triggered out in April. It then coiled, broke out, flagged, broke out, coiled, and now it's running again. At this point, with the top of the channel measuring about 51, it wouldn't shock me to see this in the high 40s. GMXR, another junior oil that's moving here, broke out today with a thrust to the upside, taking out the declining tops line, the moving averages, and looking like it may just very well follow through and test the 5.5 range short term. Secondary target up around 6.5. We'll keep an eye on GMXR. Hot Topic also broke out with a thrust today. Another retailer that had a big day, up nearly $1, up 98 cents or 13%. 2.3 million traded, biggest volume this year. Significant run up. I'm looking for a move to 9 and then 10 for Hot Topic. Hutchison Technology. Yesterday had a significant price volume surge and breakaway gap. Today it followed through with another 12 cents, although at one point it was up a little higher. Still, I like the way it's trending and the way it's thrusting and moved across this resistance line. My next target will be up around 350, 55 range, and then 415. Immunogen had a significant thrust. Nice follow through today, up another 41 cents or 3%. At this point, I think we're going to test a high around 14.10, reaching at the end of April, followed by another thrust that takes it to 15.25 and then 16.5, maybe coming up in Immunogen, 16.5 being the top of the channel. IPAS. Big day yesterday, another beautiful day today. Yesterday it broke through this line, today it broke through that line. So 2 levels of resistance taken out in 2 days with big volume. At this point, I can see the stock edging higher and moving up towards 2.5, which would test these tops going along here in 08 and 09. Beautiful action on JVA continues. This favorite pattern of mine is thrusting, flagging, popping, pulling back, testing, coiling, breaking out. Inside day, pop again today, up another 233. Before this is over, this could very well be 30, 35, or even 40. I don't know where it's going, but it sure has great momentum. MGIC, big day. The declining tops line was taken out today. Lateral price resistance was taken out. We got some more overhead resistance, but ultimately I'm looking for a test of 7.5, 7.75 at these tops for March and April. Today's action, popping 87 cents or 16% on more than 1 million shares, was significant technically and may have triggered the beginning of a movement here. Nanotechnology is an important technical breakout today. Thrusted through the February tops in this zone here around the 19.75-20 zone. Got up to 21.56, closing at 20.76, up 99 cents. 5% gain, 1.25 million, volume increasing, so we're technicals. At this point, looking for 23.5 followed by 26.6.5. OCZ, special day for this stock of $1.32 or 16% on 10 million shares. Broke out of this basing pattern. Popped through the June reversal day high. That's a good thing. And now we're going to test 10.5 apparently very soon. Once it gets through that, we're on our way to new all-time highs. Wouldn't be shocked to see something up around 14.15. That's what I'm looking for on an intermediate basis. Short term, though, about 11.5, 12 is my target. And XPO had a big day today after the early June pop here. That saw it run from about 2 up to 3.75, 3.5 or so. It then coiled. Today it popped 50 cents or 16%, 2.5 million, the biggest volume this year. Matter of fact, going back on this chart, it's the biggest volume I can see. So maybe an all-time high volume on it. With the channel drawn in as thus, I'm looking for a move up towards 4.85 to 5 zone, something around $5 perhaps for XPO. And lastly today is XTXI. A swing trade of ours had a nice day today, popped to new 2011 highs. And matter of fact, the highest level of XTXI has reached since the end of 08. Significant day for that. Top of the channel now measures up around 15. That's my trading target. And there is, even though there is some lateral resistance around 13.5, which I expect to be tested shortly. And that's it for this evening. You guys, oh, I'm sorry, I missed one. ZLCS, Zalicus, wanted to show you that. Today, popping through lateral price resistance. And at this point, I'm expecting a test of 321, followed by 4, which will be my ultimate swing trade target on ZLCS. That's it for this evening and for this week. You guys have a good weekend, and we will talk to you Monday night. Bye-bye.